Good morning, everyone. Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. Good morning to the members over here present. My topic, as you see on the screen, which says strengthening fair play, with keeping low-cost anti-doping measures for university-level competition. What we saw at the Khelo India this year, the Khelo India University Games highlighted new pressure. Mandatory tests led the athletes' withdrawals. Discussion emerged after fear and mistrust. Integrity threatened before the competition even began. Universities struggle with logistic confidence in protocol. The objective is to examine athletes' responses to unannounced anti-doping testing without the Indian University Sports Extech and explore the structural and education factor influencing such responses. The paper further considers whether more scalable and cost-effective anti-doping approach would be suitable for university sports. Method where we explore the qualitative and the case-based approach is important. The case context is Khelo India. Data has been collected by the semi-structures informal interviews with athletes, coaches, and administrative. The field observation during the competition was done. Documentation was NADA, WADA, produces of policy guidelines and media report. Interview focuses the test familiarity, supplement, practice, communication around testing. The thematical analysis used is deductive codes, the testing procedure, education, supplementation, and compliance. Inductive codes, fear, uncertainty, communication gap, institutional misalignment. Ethic consideration is voluntary participation in anatomy. The result what we saw was what actually draw withdrawal was the stakeholders' feedback and observation pattern indicates the fear of unknown testing procedures, the lack of briefing forehand, misunderstanding of right and process, panic around the supplement, and meditation. Zero experience with anti-doping protocol, first time with DCOS, first exposure to WADA-TADA protocol, first anti-doping confrontation, perceived inspection with rather than protection. The athlete level gap, the low education of substance and supplementation, low awareness of WADA-TADA, the low experimental exposure to testing the environment, misconception about the consequence. The institutional gap which arises was university has limited budget and specialist staff, university lack of orientation and protocol, no pre-event anti-doping briefing was given, no safe supplement literacy, no psychological preparation for test. The policy communication gap was testing felt surprise and punishing, not developing or protecting. Understanding how testing actually worked was the result where officially process include the urine test, which is very known to us, blood test, athlete biological passport, and the admin protocol. The admin right and responsibility clearly defined, valid cause delayed, example, medal, ceremony, and medical needs. Same thing. So the main cost where, when it comes to the cost of reality, when it comes to university, which was around 25,000 rupees, when it comes to a per test, which is almost $300. And during the NDTLs, the suspension outsourcing, they raised the concern of $300 per sample, which created a big havoc when somebody has to oppose or somebody has to counter themselves. Confident collapse, participation decline, repercussional risk increase, and the policy compliance gap. When these are no longer the theoretical issues, we have already seen the earlier warning saying that. A more practical university level pathway, which we thought was, as suggested, that risk-based testing focus on high-risk sport event, centralize the lab testing during the major competition, education as prevention, mandatory module delivers actually digital and in person, education is the cheapest and more preventive testing than testing it alone. The supplement literacy and medical transparency, many violation is equal to accident and non-intentional. The orientation before the competition, briefing on right procedures, supplement testing, University NADA jointly. The collaboration between the universities plus NADA plus sports body, friendly first exposure to test protocol, mock test, stimulation reduce fear and increase the compliance, clear communication of purpose, anti-doping protect athletes, not hurt them. What university need from their policymaker is to fill our role we require. Clear operational guideline for testing of the university level, budget framework, coordination support for the doping control officers, joint educational program, event-based centralized testing, new anti-doping technology, affordable, user-friendly, and high accurate. Compliance become possible only when system exists to support it. Future recommendations were maintaining integrity from the beginning. Integrity does not begin on the competition day. It begins when it athletes knows that substance are, the university knows how to brief, the system knows how to communicate. Policy supplies education first model. Future outcome, if implemented correctly, if aligned, succeed. No withdrawal, no fear, no mistrust, true deterrence, true athlete protection, real integrity, not symbolic. The reference that has been there for you guys. The whole idea was to conclude on this, where I personally felt that what was the objective of a student when they get into such activity which are punishable, which can cause enough damage for their life. So the finding was that the objective behind this was not just medal. The medal at the Halo India gives them a job, which is where it is alarming. So as an athlete, what I feel is that, I'm just targeting for a medal at the Halo, and then that gives me a job. I'm not even looking at representing India, not even looking at the national game. I'm not even looking at the Olympic at all as an athlete. So my temptation is, when I come from interior part of India, forget about interior part, in city like Mumbai, Delhi, metros, people are looking at that itself. That is their target. So this is where we need to come back and sort out this problem as soon as possible. Plus anti-doping testing, which has been done at that level, is pretty costly, I would say. And then this can be, if we could work out and try to come up with something that is more reasonable, then even at the university level, we can do these tests and the student will be aware of that. Thank you from my side. Any question, please? Anyone? Okay. Thank you very much.
Sir, my question to you is, how practical are these measures in resource-limited universities?
And that's what I said. They are not practical enough for at the university level. If I prepare, if I as a university brief my student well in advance, the consequence what's going to happen, and if the briefing is right, then I'm prepared as an athlete. As a university, I need to prepare my student where he's going and how his integrity will be tested, and it is not going to just reflect on him, it is reflecting on India, because we have already topped the chart since years when it comes to doping. So we need to wash our laundries